In Dmanisi, Georgia, researchers found a 1.7 million-year-old Homo erectus skull belonging to an individual who had lost all their teeth, yet the bone around the empty sockets is completely healed. This person survived for years after losing the ability to chew. But how do you survive without teeth in the early Pleistocene? You can't eat raw meat or chew tough roots. You don't have a blender. Someone else was keeping this person alive. They were likely pounding food into a soft paste, day after day, just so this individual could swallow it. Caregiving for the sick and injured is one of the oldest observable human behaviors, predating modern humans by over 1 million years. Feeding someone requires only effort. Practicing medicine requires knowledge. Did ancient humans actually know how to treat disease? Researchers pulled a Neanderthal jawbone from the El Cedron cave in Spain. It is roughly 50,000 years old. A severe tooth abscess has visibly eaten a deep crater right into the bone. A dental infection like this causes blinding pain. It swells the face and makes eating almost impossible. But the dental plaque scraped off these specific teeth holds something unexpected. It contains microscopic traces of yarrow and chamomile. It holds bits of chewed poplar bark. Poplar contains salicylic acid, the exact same chemical compound we use to make aspirin. The plaque also contains traces of penicillium fungus. The combination of pain-killing and antibiotic compounds sitting inside one single, sick individual is striking. People debate whether this was intentional self-medication. Maybe this individual just had a weird diet and happened to eat moldy bark, but other ancient medical kits leave no room for doubt. Ötzi, the Iceman, died in the Alps around 5,300 years ago. He was carrying specialized medicinal supplies. He had a piece of birch polypore fungus tied to a leather string. This specific fungus kills intestinal parasites and acts as a mild antibiotic. He carried poppy seeds for pain and sphagnum moss, a highly absorbent plant perfectly suited for dressing a bleeding wound. He didn't just stumble upon these items. He prepared them and packed them for a journey across a glacier. Our ancestors also performed invasive surgery. Trepanation is the practice of boring holes directly into a living person's skull. We have found over 1,500 examples of this across prehistoric societies worldwide. Cutting into a skull with a stone tool is incredibly dangerous. One slip and the blade pierces the brain. You have to grind away the bone slowly, avoiding the delicate blood vessels just underneath. So why do it? We don't know if they were trying to relieve pressure from a head injury or let out evil spirits. But we do know the outcome. Many of those skulls show smooth bone regrowth around the edges of the hole. That smooth bone proves the patient survived the operation. Their immune system fought off the infection, and the bone knit itself back together. Researchers discovered a complex prehistoric surgery deep in a cave in Borneo. A skeleton buried in the floor of the cave is 31,000 years old. The lower left leg is completely missing. The bones show a clean, deliberate surgical amputation. There are no signs of animal bites or crushed fractures from falling rocks. And just like the skulls, the severed leg bone shows years of smooth, healthy regrowth. Someone in the Stone Age amputated a living person's leg using stone tools. You have to slice through muscle and saw through dense bone using nothing but sharpened rock. You have to clamp the blood vessels to stop the patient from bleeding to death in minutes. Then you have to seal the wound and prevent a lethal infection. And they did this in a humid, tropical jungle environment where bacteria thrive. They succeeded. This person lived for at least 6 years after the surgery. They survived childhood, and the community eventually buried them with care inside that cave. Modern surgeons did not reliably pull off a major amputation without the patient dying of shock or infection until the 1800s. But 31,000 years ago, a community of hunter-gatherers figured it out. When you picture the harshness of the ancient world, you probably imagine a brutal place where the weak were simply left behind. But the bones tell us that helping each other is just something you do.